What's going on, guys? This is your channel TFD, back with another one. And listen, it looks like the WNBA is heading into some serious trouble. I'm talking about a type of trouble that could change the league forever. Major networks are starting to pull back, sponsorships are hesitating, and the whole vibe around the league is starting to feel shaky. For this one, we've got to go all the way up to New York, because that's where the fire is starting. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, let me say this right out the gate. This isn't me being a hater. This isn't me rooting against women's basketball. If anything, y'all know I've been here talking about Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reese, and all the players that have made this season so exciting. But I gotta keep it real. The momentum that the WNBA built up this past year, it looks like it's being choked out before it can even breathe. Why do I say that? Well, think about what's happening right now. TV coverage is getting lighter. Big media outlets like ESPN, Fox Sports, and even smaller digital outlets that were pushing WNBA content heavy just a couple months ago, they're pulling back. It's almost like the faucet has been turned off. And I don't believe that's an accident. See, the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, that's the big elephant in the room. The players want more money. They want those million-dollar contracts. They want revenue sharing like the NBA. And honestly, I don't blame them. But here's the problem. If the owners and the networks don't think the league is sustainable, they're not going to budge. And when that happens, we're looking at a potential lockout. Now, the date to watch is October 1st. That's when the league and the players have to come to some kind of agreement. If they don't, boom, the lockout is on. Number 2025 season, no training camps, no rookie debuts, nothing. Everything freezes. And trust me, that's exactly the kind of leverage the owners want. But here's where it gets even darker. You ready for this? I'm starting to believe this whole situation with Caitlin Clark, the most marketable player in the league, the face of the Indiana Fever, the rookie that literally carried the WNBA into mainstream sports conversations. Her being pushed down, attacked, and sidelined? I think that was part of the plan. I know. Some of y'all are going to call me a conspiracy theorist. But ask yourself this. Who benefits from Caitlin Clark being neutralized? Who gains when the most talked about player in women's basketball can't play at her highest level? It sure as hell isn't the fans. It's not the Fever. It's not the sponsors. The only people who benefit are the owners, the people running the league, because the less attention and momentum the WNBA has going into this CBA battle, the weaker the player's case becomes. Think about it. If ratings are sky high, if arenas are packed, if people are watching Caitlin Clark night in and night out breaking records, then the players can walk into those negotiations and say, see, we're worth it. Pay us. But if the narrative shifts, if the coverage drops, if the buzz dies down, if suddenly the ratings are dipping by 50, 60, 70%, now the owners get to say, nah, the league isn't sustainable. Sorry, we can't give you those big paydays. You see how that works? That's why I believe Caitlin Clark being targeted on the court, her being left out to dry by her own teammates at times, and the league looking the other way when she gets hammered. It all ties together. It's a way of pulling the plug on the momentum before it becomes too powerful to stop. And guys, this is bigger than just Clark. Look at the way networks have shifted their coverage overall. Just a few months ago, ESPN was giving the WNBA prime slots, top headlines, and full breakdowns. Fox Sports was debating Clark versus Angel Reese every other day. Even social media was lit with highlight clips and interviews. But now, crickets. Segments are disappearing. The coverage is drying up. And the league is sliding back into the shadows. What happens when the league slides back into the shadows? Ratings collapse. Sponsorship money shrinks. Players don't get raises. The CBA stays exactly the same. And guess who wins? The owners. It's a power play, plain and simple. Now, I told y'all, I've got another video coming that digs even deeper into how the Indiana Fever themselves might have been complicit in this. I'm talking about rotations, player usage, even decisions from the front office that don't add up when you look at the bigger picture. That's coming next. But for now, understand this. The WNBA is walking straight into a trap, and the players don't even realize it. Remember when Jason Whitlock came out just the other day and said the WNBA is sabotaging itself? He wasn't lying. He pointed out how the league had everything it needed to finally break through: superstars, rivalries, controversy, ratings. And instead of building on it, they're letting it rot from the inside. And let me tell you something. Once that momentum is gone, it's gone. You don't get it back easy. All those casual fans who tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark, they're not sticking around if she's not on the floor. All those new sponsors that came in because the league was hot, they'll pull their money out the second the numbers dip. This is how you kill a league before it ever grows up. So what's next? October 1st is the date. If there's no agreement, we're looking at a lockout. If there's a lockout, you can kiss the 2025 season goodbye. And if that happens, don't be surprised if networks walk away completely. Because let's be real, TV networks aren't going to invest in a product that might not even exist. And that, my friends, is why this feels like a setup. Because once the networks step back, once the ratings go down, once the sponsors leave, the owners get exactly what they wanted. They get to freeze the CBA, keep the money where it is, and keep control of the league without giving players an inch. So yeah, maybe I sound like a conspiracy guy right now. But when the smoke clears, don't say I didn't warn you. The WNBA had the biggest star it's ever had in Caitlin Clark, the most buzz it's ever had, and instead of capitalizing, it looks like they're letting it all burn down.
This has been a joke, and the WNBA has, in my view, blown its opportunity. I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season. I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling. I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs. Caitlin Clark. Women have been fighting for 60 years. We want a place in sports. We want to be the biggest stars in sports. And you know what? They're all hot garbage. They're all unlikable. Holy cow. These angry, entitled, pay us what you owe us, alphabet mafia women who I can't stand. I wish I'd never heard the name Angel Reese.
Flashback.
But after last night's WNBA draft, I love Angel Reese. I'll explain today. Angel Reese hates her teammates, hates from Angel Reese to Asia Wilson to Alyssa Thomas to that clown DeWanna Bonner that quit on the Fever. Can't stand any of them. Won't be back. I'm not coming back. They're gonna have a woke stoppage. I'm not coming back. I can't stand these women. And they've taken. It's like, man, I like Sophie Cunningham. Gorgeous. Put some clothes on, Sophie. Quit putting out videos of you in bikinis every time you turn around. Show a little Midwest class. And I like you, but damn it, put some clothes on from time to time. But you ain't got to show it all in order to be attractive when you're attractive. And Caitlin Clark, and I know these Caitlin Clark groupies are gonna hate me for saying it, but they can't get Caitlin Clark to quit arguing with the referees. That's what we were treated to this season. Caitlin Clark on the bench yelling at the referees. I've had it. I've seen it enough. Leave the damn referees alone. You look spoiled and entitled. Every time this is what we've seen for the last 2 months. Caitlin Clark yelling at the referees. This league is unlikable. And I've tried. I've been over backwards. And I knew what I was in for. I knew that, it was a group of angry lesbians, but damn, much worse than I thought. Much worse. So whenever y'all come back from your woke stoppage or work stoppage or whatever, I'm not gonna be there.
What did I say? Pay you what? Pay you what you really earn. Look, should these women be getting respectable salaries? Of course, they deserve solid paychecks. But here's the truth. It all comes down to ratings, viewership, attendance, and merchandise sales. You want those big-time contracts? You need a consistent product that brings in consistent results. And I'm telling you right now, next season is going to be even tougher, even for the Indiana Fever with all the Caitlin Clark hype. I'm already working on another breakdown video, but mark my words, the WNBA as a whole is facing real problems. Caitlin has carried the load, she's done everything possible, but one player can't save an entire league. The Fever got caught up in all this drama, and honestly, it's setting the stage for a major downfall. This is the truth. They wanted the spotlight, but they weren't prepared to handle it. And as this story unfolds, I'll keep tracking Caitlin Clark every step of the way. Now listen, I gotta address something. My channel's been going through some changes. Some people don't like my content, and instead of just skipping the video, they go report it. That's not right. I'm just a small creator. I don't have the huge numbers like others, and losing views and subscribers because of false reports hurts. We put in hard work to bring these videos out, and reporting creators for no reason isn't fair. So if you don't like it, just move on. Don't ruin the grind for those of us putting in the effort. But hey, moving forward, it's going to get interesting. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, because I really want to hear what y'all think about this.